How to date after a toxic relationship. How to date after a toxic breakup. Oof. How to date after a toxic divorce. Oof. As a relationship coach of 5 years now, I've coached a lot of different scenarios, different stories, over 550 clients all over the world. And when they come to me for a toxic breakup, toxic situation, toxic divorce, and they're excited or encouraged to get back out into the dating world, but maybe want some guidance, some education. That's where you hire a coach for, to help you prepare yourself. It's almost like a crash course of, instead of repeating the same mistake with someone else or going unknown or the trial and error run or just winging it, why not prepare yourself with a relationship coach to really better your time, to be more effective? We take time and invest in things like our fitness, our education, and our work, but we won't with our own feelings and emotional intelligence. It's very interesting. I'm going to talk about 2 steps within this topic right here: how to better yourself after a toxic relationship, how to date after a toxic relationship. I have previous videos, and I want you to go check out back my playlist because I've talked about other tips before this one. So I want you to pay attention to the first one and then get here, because it all helps out in chronological order. With this one, I'm going to talk about the first one on how to start to look for a relationship, how to start to date after a toxic breakup. Decide what you want in a relationship. Clearly write it down: what you want, what you don't want, what would be the ultimate goal, what you learned. Literally write it down. Don't just think about it. Don't just ponder about it. Don't just know it. Write it down. You'd be surprised how when my clients write things down to reflect on themselves and share with me, which I hold them accountable on, how it's so much more easier, or if not clear, to make a decision on something. But when it's all in their head, in their system, and their feelings, they're just kind of get sometimes sidetracked or forgetful. But if you write things down, like your goals, you pay more attention to it. You're more committed to it. So when you decide what you want in a relationship, write it down. Write it down. Write a list: what you want in a relationship, what you learned from the last relationship, what you won't tolerate, the deal breakers. Be specific. Coming out of an unhealthy relationship, you know what you don't want. And I always try to bring this in an optimistic way when they're fearful of a relationship, thinking every relationship will be toxic. Every relationship I'm going to date is going to be toxic, coach. Well, I would respond to them, and I have responded to them: that's based on your effort. That's based on your skills. And they're like, what do you mean? Well, it's interesting, whoever your name is. If you have gone through a toxic relationship, toxic breakup, toxic divorce, toxic person, wouldn't you say you now have somewhat of a certification on toxicity? Aren't you now aware of what a toxic person looks like, or a toxic person talks like? Don't you now see how someone toxic really swoops up and takes you up like a love bomb situation and then manipulates you? Don't you see how a narcissist works? Don't you see how they smell, dress, eat, laugh, talk? Aren't you more aware now after that experience? Oh, you're right. You're right, coach. I know their steps. I know how they maneuver. I know what their game's all like. Okay. So if you know what that looks like and you know how it dates, why would you be so fearful thinking every relationship will get like that? And that's why I said it's based on your effort, based on your skills. Are you going to be naive again? Are you going to bite your tongue? Are you going to compromise your boundaries and standards just to allow the next person to completely take advantage of you? Or you're going to make it clear that what is okay and what's not, deciding what you want in the relationship. That's huge, and that's based on your character, on your discipline, on your responsibility. It's interesting when I call my clients out in a respectful way to challenge them. If they keep on dating toxic people and they blame the dating world, they blame men, they blame women, I blame you because you still haven't learned what it is or what you do to allow yourself to be in a toxic situation again and again and again and again. You're the common problem. You're the common denominator. Oh, coach, that's kind of mean. No, it's not. It's not mean. It's actually truthful of me to say it. It's mean that what you're doing to yourself. It's mean that you allow yourself. It's mean and stupid and weak for you to point the finger and blame everyone than other yourself. You're the one attracting to the situation. You're the one who always attracts cheaters, liars, players, love bombers, narcissists, because you haven't clearly learned from it to decide what you want from the next one. You haven't done the work. There's two forms of work in relationships, which I always tell everyone I coach. One, doing the work beforehand, so you're now very clear what you're looking for. Or two, good luck with the annoying, toxic, horrible, and just headache of work that's going to become into the relationship and not know where it's coming from, not knowing how to resolve it, not know what to do with it. That's why dating is a skill. Dating is something you want to get better at. And if you need help with it, you let me know. But the first one is decide what you want in a relationship. It's a question you've maybe never asked before or even thought about to actually write it down. Just do what you want in a relationship. You don't hold yourself to a higher standard. Knowing what a healthy relationship looks like would be a key start. Knowing a role model of a relationship, if it's a family member, a friend, a cousin, a sister, maybe someone online, a relationship example of what you idolize, what you look forward to. It'll help you recognize certain things. It'll bring light to certain things you didn't even know existed. And it'll help you spot red flags before you get in too deep. So again, write down, decide what you want in a relationship. Write it down. And then look for a relationship in your life or online or in your circle of someone you idolize and actually can learn from how a healthy relationship works. Not a perfect relationship, doesn't exist. A healthy relationship where two people work things out together. Two people commit to each other. Two people struggle with each other. But they focus on the foundation that they have: love, respect, honesty, communication, support. Spend some time brainstorming, journaling about this. Explore your thoughts. Do some actual manifestation. Do some meditation. Do some homework. Do something, because at the end of the day, relationships are everything we have. Not your car, not your paycheck, not your purse. Your relationships. Why not take more time and invest in it? Why not educate yourself more? Write down what you want in a relationship. Write down what you want in a relationship. Write down what you don't want in a relationship. It's very clear, which leads to number 2 of this topic. Now that you have a clear idea of what you're looking for, and you do start to date, and you do start to put yourself out there with dating apps, first dates, setup dates, group dates, whatever it is, take baby steps in that situation. I don't care if the chemistry is hot. I don't care if the attraction is nice. I don't care if everything just fits perfectly and is so natural. We're just in sync. We're just locked in. It's so, wow, he gets me. Great. Take baby steps. Take baby steps, because a part of you gets bought quickly. A part of you gets sold quickly. A part of you gets in love quickly because you were in a toxic relationship. Because the only way you would avoid or prevent a toxic relationship is taking your time to see someone for really who they are, acknowledging more of what their truth is, and then realizing, I don't know if I want to get into this. There's certain red flags. That's not okay. If you don't take the time to learn that with someone and take the time to really see someone's truth, you sometimes ignore that, skip that, and you find that out through the toxic ways down the road. But if you take baby steps, you allow someone to really show them through time and consistency who their character is. And then you make more of an educated guess, a more logical guess, decision to understand who you want to get close with. That's why love bombers work so quickly and so greatly towards loving you so much and then bomb. Narcissists swoop you up and basically make everything so easy for you, then to eventually control you. Taking baby steps is now acknowledging your value, your love, your respect, your boundaries to what's the rush? If you are hesitant or fearful that you might lose the guy or lose the person if you say, slow down, not ready, not yet, then you're missing the whole point. You're dating with the wrong idea. You're dating to not disappoint someone compared to respecting yourself. In the beginning, everything and everyone looks shiny and new. It feels good to connect in a healthy way. We want to lean into that feeling. The problem is going from nice to meet you to I love you at light speed is risky. All that glitter, all that love glitter and excitement can act like rose-colored glasses and make it difficult to see the truth. So what's the right speed? There isn't a simple answer here. You have to take off those rose-colored glasses to really evaluate how the relationship is progressing. Slow down and try the demonstrate, validate. Slow down and actually literally do the whole first base, second base, third base, but not necessarily just sexually physical, but emotional or personal within time, respect, trust, and see if that works with other times towards work and family. Let's see if that works with another time within friends and priorities and personal hobbies. See if someone is really available and respectful towards who you are in your world, not just how you make them feel. Slow down and try to notice the small details and nuances that show who your potential partner is over time. Move too fast and you'll get swept up in the magic of the new beginning. We've all done that. We get it. Missing the honesty that comes with staying rooted in reality. And that's another thing I always say. Stay rooted, stay present, stay centered. Stay here in dating. I'm glad you found excitement in the beginning of someone or something within the dating stages, but take your time before you go further in. Another thing I always hear so often is with someone who has got a lot of money, it makes everything a lot easier. Someone who has a lot of money, it makes things a lot easier. Money is easy for them. Don't be bought by that. My name is Coach Andres, here to help. Stay tuned because I have more videos on this. Subscribe to my channel. Take care.